What do you think of when I say Frankie Muniz?
Big Fat Liar,
Mm,
Agent Cody Banks,
yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle,
hmm Some classics, right?
Dancing with the Stars.
I think of Dancing with the Stars too.
Are you wearing my beanie, you son of a bitch?
I am. This is the beanie that Justin left on purpose, so I would never forget him.
Yeah, no, I Cinderella you.
I actually don't want to wear it in this episode, but I have some very bad news, Justin.
Oh no.
So me and Justin just did a whole hour, almost 2 hour session, and none of it saved.
No.
I came back to it was exporting from our session, and it's just gone. It's just not saved on anything,
Oh
and and
no.
it's heartbreaking because that was probably
The best
our
episode of all time.
our top episode because of how confident we were talking, the subject matter. It was a perfect episode for people that were gonna enjoy it. I was gonna enjoy editing it. We we we
How
were
did that
doing really
happen?
good. I don't know. I walked away. I came back and it's gone.
Oh no.
So this is now our new episode 67. It was the
Oh
best
no,
conversation Justin
that
and I had
was
ever
that
had
was
since we started this podcast,
yep, 100%.
and we lost it. And it was now it's just for us. I mean, but
I mean,
now,
yeah, no, hey, we had a conversation just for us.
oh my god,
But no, now this entire episode is us gonna be like, we're gonna talk
we're
about
just
something
gonna
and
be
we're
so
both gonna be like,
we're gonna be
oh
so deflated.
shit.
that this
You should
is
have told me at the end.
I know. I don't know where it is. It's gone. It was almost 2 hours, but it was an awesome episode. We didn't have any movie news. We were just talking about the shows we've been watching because we have
I
a
was
lot. We had a lot to talk about.
watching a lot of TV shows.
We
Oh
had a lot
man.
of fucking. Oh my god.
I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now.
That was. I mean, it wasn't a waste because it's our friendship still, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
product would have been so
Oh
fucking
man.
good.
Yeah.
I'm mad at myself, and I don't even know what happened.
No, no, don't be mad
It's
at yourself.
gone. We just wasted like not wasted 2 hours, but I mean we got to
No.
talk, but
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, there's nothing to show for it. All right, do you remember what you said? Start over. This is what we did. Okay, so oh fuck, I can't even joke about recreating the episode. That sucked.
Man, how did they even? It just didn't save.
It was exporting and it was at like 86%. I walk away, come back, and the entire thing's just gone. Usually it says, "Where do you want to save this file?" And it was just gone. There's just nowhere,
Oh
nothing to click.
wow. Well, you know what? It wasn't meant to be.
It was a good episode, though. Just to break it down,
It was
we talked about all the television shows we were watching. We talked about Barry. We talked about fucking the
Ted
state, Ted
Lasso.
Lasso, Succession, the state of television, and how it's at its
Hmm.
peak right now. It was some good fucking content. And what
It's good. It was good. It was good, but Elijah, do not beat yourself up over it.
I am going to, but it's okay. I mean, it was a solid
We're
episode.
still gonna do a solid episode
Yeah,
just talking about Barry, and most likely we're gonna keep talking about the
yeah, it was a spoiler-free discussion just about television and how a lot of them and their storytelling and shit, but like it's just not the same. We're gonna do an episode, or we're gonna do a whole segment dedicated to Barry. We're gonna do a
yeah.
whole segment dedicated to other
And
things.
once we do the Barry episode,
Yeah,
we're going to keep talking about.
yeah,
We're
we'll,
most
we'll
likely like even if we were going to do the Barry episode, we were probably going to just
say the same things,
say the same
just
goddamn
with
things.
spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that conversation
I
too.
am too.
It's just like there was 2 hours of good, of some really, really good. I can only just that's all I can say. It's just I feel bad now, but I guess I
Hey,
would try not to take away from this episode.
no,
This is episode 67, part two, take two. I mean,
take two.
we did it. We were gonna do a double session tonight. We even changed our clothes. And now we didn't need to. We have the same
Uh,
design of sweater. We both
I
have.
know,
He has a
right?
brown
Look at
sweater. I have a
us.
gray sweater, but we both have one on our heart. The design on
Yeah,
our heart.
yeah, dude.
Is it? Is yours on the left side?
Mine's on the. Yep, it's on the left side.
You're like, yeah, mine's on the. Yes.
So I was looking at you, and is yours on the left side too?
Yeah. Left. I'm just so
Don't
upset.
you dare!
That was such a good, such
It
that was
was.
such a
It
good
was.
conversation, though.
It was. But hey, don't you dare ruin this episode with overthinking that one.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Don't you dare break yourself down, baby.
Um, let's see. Welcome to History of Popcorn. Consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies. We react to the latest industry news. We do movie reviews and discuss just about everything movies. We try to have new episodes every week, and you can find us on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as a visual episode on YouTube. Hello.
Hi,
We are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I'm Justin.
And if you happen to hear any snaps, crackles, or pops, or see anything visually disturbing during this episode, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom. But we're happy you're here. Justin, do you want to know what we're talking about this week?
I would always love to know what we're talking about.
With the release of Across the Spider-Verse from Lord and Miller, we're going to be talking about another Lord and Miller project. We're going to be talking about Nicolas Cage. We're going to be talking about more Insidious projects, which I don't know will have your attention as much because you haven't seen any Insidious movies, have you?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I might have seen the first one, but I'm still not sure.
Oh, you'd remember if you've seen them. They're pretty fucking scary.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Frankie Muniz.
Ew.
I know, where has he been? But
I'm
and
excited.
I threw this one in for fun because we haven't talked about it in the episode. It's old news, and everyone basically knows it's coming. But it's Freaky Friday 2 is officially happening with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. So
Lindsay Lohan.
we'll be talking about all those projects and maybe a little bit more. But before we get into movie news, I'm going to ask you what I always ask you, Justin. But we won't go off in a 2-hour tangent like we did with the last episode. But what have you been watching, and what have you been doing?
I've been doing shows. I did.
Just for reference, the whole last episode it started with that question, and then we ended up just talking for 2 hours about what we've been watching and what it meant to us. So that's why it hurts to ask this question again. Okay.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna recover. I'm gonna give you a new answer. So what I've been doing, I'm not gonna tell you what I've been watching. But I will get to that too. But
Yeah.
what I've been doing is so on Thursday, this last Thursday from whatever episode, whatever, doesn't matter. I did a show at Sound Lounge, which is a local bar where I'm from, or where I'm at right now in Grants Pass. And that killed.
Was it one of the first times you were at this place? I don't think I've heard you talk about this place.
No. I performed there plenty of times.
Okay.
But I performed there a month before, and it was completely dark. And it was so like, you kill at a comedy set when one of your friends come up to you and say, hey man, if you need anything, I'm always here for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a very dark one, but this last one that we did was absolutely amazing. And then right after that, did another show at this place called the Backyard in Medford, Oregon.
Yeah, I've been seeing people post about your performance at that one. It's like, wow,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
People like me. People like seeing me
singing and dancing.
That's what I do. I do the song and dance thing. I sometimes do some jokes, but hey. But yeah, no, they were a lot of fun. I got a little too drunk, and I feel like that I can't get drunk as much as I did before.
Your age is showing.
My age is showing. I mean, look at these wrinkles.
It happens to the best of us, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they were a lot of fun. But I've been watching though, I watched Fool's Paradise, Charlie Day movie.
Which was what's the gist of that? Yeah.
Was not the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nope.
It was honestly pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Ken Jeong, I think, is still a pretty bad actor. If you don't know Ken Jeong, the Hangover movies, he's Mr. Chow. If he's
Yeah.
being super wacky, I guess he can do it. But or if he's in like a major or a minor supporting role, if he's in a major supporting role, like in how he is in Fool's Paradise, it just does not work.
It's just a big sigh of disappointment with that movie. My whole review of Fool's Paradise is it's just an apology to Charlie Day. I'm just like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Charlie Day. I'm so sorry. I gave it 1 star
yeah,
out of 5.
yeah. I would give it two only because like I see like the where he was going with the writing. I just think it was
I
the
see the
directing.
intention.
Yeah, the intention I think was good, but I mean, like, yeah, no, there are certain scenes like there's a scene with John Malkovich in him that I still don't understand. I had to rewind it to
Yeah.
understand what the hell
He
was going
really
on with
built
that.
that up too. He's like, I couldn't believe I got to work with the incomparable John Malkovich.
Yeah,
And then you see it and you're like, this is what he
yeah.
did with John Malkovich.
And he was talking about Ray Liotta too, and he was like
Yeah.
saying like, oh my god, I like
I'm sad he
the
never got to see
last.
the movie, he said. And I'm just
And
like,
it's like, what did he
what did he
did he have to
miss?
bring?
What
Yeah,
did he
what did he
miss?
miss?
I'm
Honestly, I
sorry,
feel like Ray
Charlie.
Liotta's.
Charlie, if you ever hear this, I'm sorry.
I feel like Ray Liotta's performance in Cocaine Bear was a lot more endearing
Yeah,
than
he
than
was
it
good. He was
was.
great in that. Yeah.
It was a lot more impactful, I will say. Like I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say that like the if I had to compare two last performances from a comedy ridiculous movie from Charlie Day
Hmm.
or from Elizabeth Banks, director of Pitch Perfect 2 and 3,
And
I
Charlie's
would
Angels.
say I would say the director of Pitch Perfect 2 and 3 nailed a good Ray Liotta performance.
Yeah, it's so
But
strange.
yeah.
Fool's
But
Paradise
no,
is
yeah, Fool's
not good.
Paradise was a very, very bizarre movie. And I'm still not sure how I really feel about it.
I
Actually,
mean,
no, I know how I
yeah,
feel
I
about
know
it. It
how
was
I
a
feel
bad
about
movie.
it. Yeah, it's a bad movie.
It
It's
was a
just
bad movie.
we both went in so hopeful. We saw the incredibly bad reviews for it, and we're like, we'll wait to form an opinion. But now
Yeah.
our opinions align with everything that everyone was saying because
Hmm.
they also have eyes and ears, and they saw it, so we should have kind of known. But
Yeah.
it just is
If
not good.
only he knew how to direct certain scenes
I don't even
of
know what the like how he could have made it. I don't know what the like. I don't know what the
if
problem
he
was. It's
didn't
just not
do
enjoyable.
if he didn't do the thing that he was doing like with like the editing and like the way that he was
If he
framing
just
certain
didn't make
things.
the movie the way he
He
made the
just didn't.
movie, it would be
Well, no,
better.
there's certain scenes where like he was doing Charlie Chaplin. He was doing City Lights,
Right.
and
And then he
like
diverts away from that to make it
yeah,
about an ensemble.
because City Lights they like Charlie Chaplin does wide shots
Yeah.
and he didn't do wide shots. Like he just did like these like weird shots where like the physical comedy it doesn't mean anything anymore. And
Yeah.
it's pretty
It's
upsetting.
sad. It's very upsetting because we love Charlie Day so much. And
We do.
I said this before, but I hope it doesn't make studios avoid Charlie Day as a
Yeah,
director and
no.
creator now, but it might because it flopped so hard.
It flopped hard.
Um, I do want to. Let's get the gist. Let's get the gist of what
I
you
just
think of
love how
Barry.
both of our energy now is just like,
It's so
oh,
much lower because we already had this conversation of what we're watching, but let's get the gist of also what you and I have been watching. We watched the end of Barry.
we
Without
did.
getting so much into detail, this was a show that him and I watched every Sunday as it was coming out. And for Justin,
Yeah.
that's a big deal because he likes to watch projects later on so he can
Hmm.
consume it at his own pace and take it in and stop whenever he wants. But this is the one that he had to wait weekly for. And now
Yep.
Barry from HBO by
Yeah.
Bill Hader is officially done.
I think that Barry is one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life
Hmm.
because it's you have a lot of shows that when they get greenlit, it's like a pilot episode, and then it's like okay, where you can go from that and just do a first season of it. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. Or if it does work out, then just like keep like going for it. But Barry did this thing where it was like it's
You
so
liked it, right? Yeah, we talked for 2 hours about Barry.
Not just about Barry. We talked about so many
Everything.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but seriously. All right, here we go.
We rehearsed this. We already
Mhm.
did this.
We did one take beforehand.
You liked it. It's a good ending.
It was a good ending. No, it wasn't just a good ending. It's just one of these things about TV shows where like you get a TV show and it's like just like if it's like going to be a mini series and then they're going to keep going with it, or if you have a show and it.
It's hard to talk about this again.
I
We
know,
really exhausted
I
it
know.
on our last session,
Buddy.
which is nowhere to be found. It's lost in time forever.
All right, let's do a cut where we just say Barry was a good show.
Barry was good. Yeah, now it's over. Moving on. I did want to talk about a couple things that I've been watching though that I do want people to know that I finally watch. For
Hmm.
anyone who's like a big film person, there's a movie called In the Mood for Love, which came out in 2000. It's a Chinese film. It's beautiful. It's a beautifully shot film. I'd recommend it to people who really want to study or just like open their eyes to like a new culture of film, because it's like watching the French New Wave, but watching this movie was so good. It's on HBO. I would suggest watching it. It's not super long, but it takes a little time to
I
get
was gonna
into.
say because I wanted to watch Drive My Car, but that movie was like almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, I almost want I like because I've been trying to like treat myself to like historical movies and like movies that are like iconic or movies that are considered like must watches for people who want to do movies and stuff. And that's one of them. And In the Mood for Love is like a must see. I don't know if it was a cult classic or, but it's had a huge following when it first came out in 2000. So I watched that one. Beautiful film. I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5.
Nice.
Um, so I'd recommend that to people. And I also watched what was the other one? Oh, 2000, I think 4 or 5's Pride
Pride
and
and
Prejudice.
Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice
Ooh,
with Keira Knightley.
we
And
just
that,
mashed our words.
dude, oh man, that, but honestly, that movie, I told Justin that when sometimes you watch a movie and you kind of like change a little bit. You're like, that's how I felt when I first watched Garden State. That's how I felt when I first watched like, I don't know, like a lot of movies
There's
like it
something
took like,
about those movies that you watch, like,
yeah,
because like something like Garden State, like you just said, that's actually an amazing example.
yeah,
It's like there's something about a movie that you watch when you're a certain age and
yeah,
like you like understand it. Like Garden State when we were kids is like we
yeah,
understand this movie, even though we
yeah.
didn't really
We were
understand
like
it.
teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that movie, like the way that Zach Braff wrote it
He had this sense of
was like
like
we
angst.
understand it. But you
Yeah.
watching Pride and Prejudice and being like, okay, no, I get no. I'm not even saying this is an insult. It's
No, no.
that's I feel that way with like there's certain movies that I'll watch and I'll be like, God damn, like High
Like,
Fidelity.
like
I watched
there's,
High
yeah,
Fidelity
yeah, yeah.
recently.
When you like watch a movie, especially in our age too now, of like an older movie and like you love it, you're like, why didn't
Yeah,
I watch this movie then? Or what took
yeah,
so long? That's like I felt like I was missing out, even though I
yeah.
just experienced it. I'm like, why didn't anyone tell me to watch this sooner?
Did you
Because it's
feel like when you watched Pride and Prejudice, where it was like you felt like it was more modern or something like that?
not
Like it
modern.
felt like it was more like with you like right now.
Uh,
I don't know how to exactly express the question.
I kind of. I mean, a little. I mean, maybe I feel like if I saw it when I was younger, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much as I do now.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of glad that I watched it now because I can really appreciate the little things about it. Because I told you that there's so many shots in the movie that I would literally frame in a painting or like frame in a frame, put in a frame and put on my wall. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's countless shots like that in the movie. The acting is a 10 out of 10. The writing is incredible. Like you said,
And who's
Wrote
Emma Thompson wrote the
Emma
script.
Thompson wrote the script. Who's She's not even in it. She just did one of the some of the rewrites, and it's
Who starred
beautiful.
in it again?
It's Keira Knightley, a guy named Matthew McFadden, who's also in the show I watched, Succession, which just ended too. And it's crazy that I didn't like they are completely different characters because everyone in Succession is really despicable, but
Mhm.
Matthew
Is
McFadden's
that why
character
you? Is
plays
that
Mr.
why you
Darcy. No, I
went to the
forgot that
movie?
he was in it. I forgot that he was in that. I watched it because it was recommended to me by Alyssa. Actually, we were talking
Oh,
about it,
nice.
and she was like, I forgot how it came up, and she like
Shout out to
yelled at me.
Alyssa.
Yeah, shout out to Alyssa because she told me she like yelled at me when she found out I had never seen it, and I was like, okay, sorry, because it's like one of her comfort movies. I was like, I'll watch it, and I did watch it, and it's beautiful. It's incredible, and I like texted my sister afterward because it's one of her favorite movies, and I just like I almost apologized to my sister because I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't watch this sooner, and that's just how I felt about that movie. The acting, the costume design, the story. Now I'm reading the book because I like the movie so
Mm.
much. I'm like, the story is so entertaining, and uh I thought it was
I
just
love
an
it. You
awesome
want me
movie.
to? I mean, like I like I said, like I feel like I've probably watched it, but I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, you might have seen a version of it because there's also a 90s version with Colin Firth in it, which is pretty historic too. But it's just
You
an
know what I'm
old
saying?
classic
Me and
story.
Colin Firth, we don't really get along with each other anymore.
All right. I remember you guys had that one thing from that one time.
We had that one
Sorry to bring it up.
thing. We don't want to talk about me and Colin Firth anymore. But no, like it's just like movies like that where it's like I like it just like makes you feel like that. It just makes you feel like it's like a studio movie, but it's
Right.
like it gets you in your feels, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's an awesome feeling.
It is. And that's how I felt when I watched Pride and Prejudice, especially because there's this one scene where the two main characters touch hands for like a moment. And then there's a shot of the man's hand and he's just like tense. And it's just like, that is directing. And that's like that throughout the entire movie. They have the little details of
Uh-huh.
intimacy. They just expand on it so much. And I'm like, that is directing. And that's
Yeah,
just how I felt the whole movie. So there's
that's
that. There's
awesome.
those two movies that I really loved. And then also Blackberry, I want to recommend to people with Glenn Howerton by Matt Johnson. Is that who it is? Blackberry?
Yeah, Matt Johnson.
I
Yeah,
will recommend that movie to
Yeah,
everybody.
no,
It's
Blackberry, Matt,
way up there.
Glenn Howerton. I still haven't
Jay
seen it.
Baruchel. Yeah.
Elijah
It's up
saw it,
there
and
with
Jay
Social
Baruchel.
Network. It's up there with
Hmm.
Social Network in quality and story, and it's
Oh wait,
exhilarating.
what'd you say before? It was like Social
A
Network
Social
meets
Network meets Silicon Valley, the comedy,
Silicon
because there's a
Valley.
lot
Yeah,
of comedy in it, but it's so
yeah,
serious and going. So that's highly
yeah.
recommended to people to watch.
Because
I recommend it.
BlackBerry is a story of
The rise and fall of a company. Yeah.
yeah, rise and fall of a company, but it's also like I just want to like
Yeah.
it's a movie called Blackberry.
Yeah. About the creation of the BlackBerry phone,
Yeah.
which is, which was actually a big part of my childhood. And I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no, seriously, right? That's what I
Because
was gonna say to you before too.
they mentioned a phone called BlackBerry Bold, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I remember
Yeah.
wanting the BlackBerry Bold, and I was like,
My brother had a BlackBerry
"Yeah, I remember
for
always
like
wanting
two
the
months.
BlackBerry." Yeah, I would recommend that movie to people.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch that. I'm probably gonna watch that movie tonight.
It's awesome. And then
Yeah.
the last movie that I wanted to talk about with Justin, which we already talked about in our last session, which would never be seen, was
Don't you do those eyes.
I saw.
Just say
I
it.
know. I know. I can't. I'll stop saying that. But I saw Across the Spider Verse as well, and my spoiler-free review to Justin was that I liked it just as much as the first one, not any more, not any less, and it's just as beautiful. And if you like the first one, you'll like or love the second one even more because it's go from the get go, and I'm very excited for Beyond the Spider Verse from that.
That's another movie that I hope that we do a review for because I'm gonna go see that movie.
We
So I
definitely
usually
will.
don't go to. I mean, like I go to the movie theaters, like,
Right.
but I mean, like I want to see across the
Oh
spider,
yeah. That's another thing
across the
I
Spider
told
Verse,
you
right?
is across. It demands to be seen on a big screen because
Mhm.
of how much detail there is. And
But when Elijah texted me, because I asked him, because he sent me a picture of him holding a poster, and
oh
he's
yeah,
like,
I got a
"Oh
free
God,
poster.
yeah, I got a free poster," and I was like, "Did you see it?" And the first thing he said was like, "Overstimulated." Or
My
no,
mind, yeah,
what did I
my
ask you?
brain is
I was like,
overstimulated.
"How was it?" And you're like, "Overstimulated."
My brain is overstimulated,
Yeah.
and it is. So, but it's good. I gave it four out of 5 stars, and I gave the first one 4.5 out of 5. So
Yeah.
that's because the first one took me off guard, and then I kind of went in the second one knowing what to expect, and it just
Hmm.
gave me more of what I wanted. So it's like
And the second one is like what, like 2.5 hours now?
Yeah, I think it's the longest animated movie in history right now.
I believe it.
And it's good. It's good. I
And
can
you
see it.
want to,
I'm
I'll
glad it
take.
got delayed. I'm glad it got delayed because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. But yeah, so that's what we've been watching, and that's what we've been doing.
Let's do it, Elijah. Hey, Elijah, look at me. Look at me.
Locking
Let's
in.
fucking do it.
Locking in.
Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it, baby.
But before I guess this is kind of movie news, but this will start the movie news, I guess. Did you hear about this, Justin?
Hmm.
Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to do improv on the set of Deadpool 3,
I did hear about
which
that.
is what he is shooting right now up in
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Because of the writer's strike. It's a
It's
writer's
because of
rule.
yeah. But that right there, like him not improvising for Deadpool, I think is kind of ridiculous,
The only reason that
honestly.
he's not allowed to do it is because Ryan Reynolds is credited as a writer for
Hmm.
Deadpool 3. So if he was not a writer, he would have been able to improv as much as he wanted. But
I think
since he
that's
is a
ridiculous.
credited writer, a part of the association, he cannot actually improvise. So everything he says is going to be straight from the script and not edited because they
Well,
aren't allowed to
see,
work. None of the writers are allowed to work, or they're choosing not to work because of the.
right. Whatever it was, like I get it and I understand it, but it's like, dude, come on.
I know
He's not going
it's just
that's
legal. I
not
mean,
going to be a thing right there.
I think
Like
it's not
I
a
feel
big
like that
deal.
he is still going to do his Deadpool thing.
I think he's going to do the script, but the thing about Deadpool is you never see his mouth. They can dub
Yeah,
everything later on when the strike
exactly.
is over in post. So he's just going
Exactly.
to do the script and they can edit it. That's the thing that I think
And
a lot of
Elijah, are
people
we
aren't really
really
realizing.
worried about the writer strike? Are we worried about that Disney now owns Deadpool?
I don't know. I think they're going to do something crazy with Deadpool. Honestly, I trust them. I trust the people behind it because they said, "Well, just do what you did with these two other movies."
Mm,
So I don't think they're as hands on, but also they might be because there's rumors that Scarlet Witch is going to be mentioned, who is Elizabeth Olsen's character from the MCU. But also, it's a big deal. Have you heard about this? That for Deadpool 3, more X-Men might show up from the original series. Like James Marsden might show up as Cyclops.
mm.
Um, her name's Famke Jensen or whatever, who played what's her name, the love interest of Wolverine. I
She
forgot her
played
name.
oh, fuck me.
Jean Grey. She played Jean Grey.
Yes.
She might show up again. Halle Berry's Storm might show up. And
But see, like, didn't we love Deadpool for it just being its own thing?
I mean, a lot of people love that they integrated. They did an X-Men thing already in Deadpool
Well,
2.
yeah, in Deadpool too, yeah, they had like they made a joke about it, and I do like that. Like Wolverine is like gonna like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine's gonna come back, but it's like I don't
At
know.
what cost?
I'm not too worried about the writer strike with it,
So you don't think
honestly.
that's going to impact it at all? I honestly don't think so either. That's why I was like, because he can do
I
everything
think
later
that
on. All the
yeah, no, I think that it might like be like a I don't know. I think the main thing that I'm mainly worried about is Disney,
as Disney. I mean, it's still going to be rated R, so we'll see.
as far as we know.
Yeah, it comes out November 8th, 2024. So they got a long time to just really make it good. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see though.
And
All of the
that's like
productions that are continuing right now are sticking to the script, which can be a very terrible idea
awful ideal.
because because
Ideal.
because
Awful.
a
It
lot of projects need to be rewritten to make it better, and they do that
yeah.
on set all the time. And
Yeah. And
sometimes
guess
if
what?
they
Like
don't do that,
most
it
of
starts
the
to be bad.
best things that you can get on a set is just improvisation,
Or
you
working out the
know?
problem that day.
Yeah,
Like a
working
lot
out
of
the problem that day.
yeah,
And if it's gonna that's exactly what's gonna happen. Like that's what happened with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen or whatever the
right.
fuck that was called. The
Hmm.
second Transformers movie, that's the last major writer strike that happened.
Yeah.
And that's why that movie is absolutely terrible. It's not just because of Michael Bay, believe it or not. It's because there was no fucking script. And it's
Yeah.
like you can't just do that. Like it's just it you can't just like rely on a script or just not rely on a script. Like for this case right here, it's just like I feel like, at least for me, like what I see from the writer strike that's going on right now is just I mainly am just thinking about the comedy writers. I'm thinking about the people that are doing the late night shows and SNL.
Mhm.
Like I'm not thinking about the fucking people that are doing Deadpool 2
Studio
or
movies.
Deadpool 3. No. Because
I mean,
nobody
and
fucking
honest, those guys get paid a lot.
those
It's the smaller
they
writers
get
that are
paid a
struggling.
lot.
It's the
Yeah,
smaller writers who are
exactly. Like
struggling.
if you're thinking about like the fucking people that are doing SNL, like they're not getting paid
Mhm.
like Rhett Reese is getting paid.
Yeah,
Rhett Reese also wrote Zombieland 2. But
yeah,
no, like they're not getting paid like they're getting paid. So for the
exactly.
fact that the oh, Ryan Reynolds can't improvise on Deadpool 3, that's a multi-million-dollar movie. Go fuck
Yeah,
yourself. Like honestly, like I think that's stupid as fuck. I think that's dumb as hell.
yeah.
Like the writer strike is
It's not like anyone was
out.
complaining about it, but it just came out of like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
stands
yeah.
for.
No,
So
no,
yeah,
no,
we're not
no. The
saying
writer,
fuck Ryan Reynolds. He never said I can't do
no,
it,
no, no,
but
no, not fuck Ryan Reynolds, but I mean
it's like
like,
yeah,
hey,
that's the idea of that being
no,
affected.
but no, the writer strike is about all these motherfuckers that actually break their freaking
Who work too much and not paid enough, basically. So
they
yeah,
they're going through carpal tunnel,
carpet tunnel.
carpet
Um,
tunnel.
so yeah, there's that I found out. Some news of Ryan Reynolds, I guess, but we're gonna talk another project by Lord and Miller, who are breaking records again with Across the Spider Verse, their movie. They have talked a little bit more detail about their next project that they are hoping to, I believe, direct and produce. It might be their next actual directing project
Ooh,
because they are not the directors of Across the Spider Verse or Into the Spider Verse like some people might assume. They are the producers and the writers of those movies, which is still a huge deal because they're the ones who bring the team together to build
yeah.
it. For those who don't know what producers do, but they are directing another project which we are excited for, which I'm excited for. I'll tell you about it in a second. Um, what movies did they actually direct then? Did they direct Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, or was that just them writing
They
it?
directed Cloudy with the Chance Meatballs.
They
They
did
directed Lego Movie,
22 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street, and 22 Jump Street.
So their directing is pretty solid record so far, but this next
Oh
one is
yeah,
called
they were going to
Project.
direct the solo movie.
Yeah. They were actually going to direct the Flash movie for DC, wrote a treatment, and then Star Wars was like, "You guys want to do a movie for us?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's go do the Star Wars movie instead." Look how that turned out.
Oh man, look how that turned out.
Both of those projects are not
Yeah,
looking
right.
promising.
Yeah, let's talk about Lord Mill.
So they got a project called Project Hail Mary, which it sounds pretty interesting. It's based on a book. Um, the book is by an author named Andy Weir, and this is the synopsis of the book. The book came out in 2021, and they're hoping to get this made pretty soon. They wanted the writers for, or the writer for The Martian to do it, but I don't. That was like about a year ago, and I don't know if he's still attached. So we'll see what screenwriter gets attached to this project. It's called Project Hail Mary, and it is about in the near future, it centers on a middle school teacher turned astronaut Ryland Grace, who wakes up from a coma, afflicted with amnesia. He gradually remembers that he was sent to a solar system 12 light years from Earth to find a means of reversing a solar dimming event that could cause the extinction of humanity, which
Hmm.
sounds pretty intense. It doesn't sound very funny at all. Which I'm used to having Lord Miller do some sort of comedy
But hey,
projects.
hey. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, I might have to read the
No,
book, but
no, we don't know.
it's about an
Because
astronaut coming back from, yeah,
those motherfuckers that did the Daniels,
right. That's true.
everything everywhere all at once. We
Yeah,
don't know. They
they
they they could be doing
there's
something in the
humor in
movie.
everything. There's humor in
Yeah,
everything, I guess.
they
But
could
I'm
be
looking
doing
forward to
something
this one.
like
It's a
that. I'm always
space
looking forward
movie.
to them,
So yeah, that's on our list. It was
especially a
rumored that
space movie.
Ryan Gosling was supposedly attached to star. but I don't know if he is right now because it's been in production for a while. But they said this is the next project that they are leaning more toward post Into Across and Beyond the Spider-Verse projects. So there's that to look forward to. Project Hail Mary. That's all we know about that right now, based on a book.
Project Hail Mary.
Thank you, Lord Miller. We always like to mention them.
Yeah, we always talk about you guys.
This next one is also keeping the intention of Justin. This is a Nicolas Cage project. This sounds interesting. It is called The Surfer, and it's described as a psychological thriller. It's going to be filmed in Australia, and this is what the movie is about, Justin.
I'm ready for it.
When a man, played by Cage, returns to his beachside hometown in Australia, many years since building a life for himself in the US, he is humiliated in front of his teenage son by a gang of local surfers who claim strict ownership over the secluded beach of his childhood. Wounded, the surfer, Cage, decides to remain at the beach, declaring war against those in control of the bay. But as the conflict escalates, the stakes spin wildly out of control, taking the surfer to the edge of his sanity. Wow. So he's going to go full Rage Cage against surfers because of a beach. I mean, this sounds like it's going to go full Rage Cage. You know,
that sounds like a full Rage Cage movie. But I mean, like, imagine
Nicolas Cage just killing surfers. Sounds like that's what he's going to do. He's going to go insane because they embarrassed him in front of his son. I think this could go either way. Who is the director of this?
This could go either way.
Oh, it's from the director of that movie Vivarium with what's his name?
Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg
and Imogen Poots.
Yeah, it's from the director.
I wasn't a big fan of that movie, but I mean, like, okay.
I've heard some weird things about that movie, but yeah.
Did you never see that one?
Never saw it.
It's pretty fucking stupid.
It's hit or miss. Hit or miss.
It's hit or miss. It's a thing. But that director, though, I mean, like, it's one of those movies where it's like
the visuals are amazing
and the performances are amazing. So yeah,
we'll see. Okay. The Surfer. Nicolas Cage is the Surfer. It sounds like it might be one of those movies like Willy's Wonderland, where he doesn't have a name.
Yeah, no, what the hell was
they just call him the
Willy's
janitor.
Wonderland?
I think it's Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Wally. The one where he was animatronics, but they just call him the janitor. Wonderland. This might be one of the movies where he doesn't have a name.
We actually had a review of that movie.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it fucking out, dude.
That was like in the beginning of our podcast 2 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was still pandemic.
Oh, damn.
We've been doing this for a while.
We have been doing this for a long time.
So I know you haven't seen, well, you can't remember if you've seen the Insidious movies, but I can say that they're all pretty entertaining and they're all pretty terrifying. I enjoy them. I forget that there's 4 and there's a 5th one coming out. I don't know if I saw the 4th one. The first 3
I'm pretty sure I've only seen the first one, but I don't remember.
I believe they were written by the first 3 at least had some influence from Leigh Whannell, who's a pretty good writer, and I like his creations. He made a movie called
Upgrade.
He made
that
Upgrade.
Was amazing.
That's a really good movie. So he
also did Invisible Man.
And The Invisible Man, yeah. So he's got some really good ideas. So he did the original 3. Yeah. He also came up with the original Saw movie with James Wan, the first one. So he's got really good franchise ideas, and now they're expanding the Insidious universe by having this spin-off. Which could be, I think this one could be okay. This one is called Thread, an Insidious Tale. So it's not a part of the main storyline because we're getting Insidious 5, The Red Door, which is directed by Patrick Wilson from the first one. It's a direct sequel to the first movie. But this is a spinoff, and it stars Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani. And so I like this cast so far. I like the idea that it's an Insidious tale, which I think is okay to have. They're really trying to build their cinematic universes. A lot of movies are. But this is the sixth Insidious movie technically, and the story goes
Sixth movie. Oh my god.
sixth movie,
I
but
only remember the first one.
yeah, that like I said, the first one is the best one. Second and third one are loosely sequels. They bring like some characters back, and then this new one, the Red Door, is a direct sequel to the first one. But
Was it Insidious or Conjuring that has the puppet thing?
I think that's The Conjuring, and they have their own universe too, where they have like the Nun and like other spin-offs. So
Yes,
those
yes, yes,
are yeah,
yes.
those are
Okay.
ones that have um they're all building all these universes. So this one is Thread, an Insidious Tale, and this is what the story goes as, which is kind of weird. And I can kind of see why they wouldn't want to be an actual Insidious movie. I don't know where it's coming from, but it goes as a husband and wife who are Nanjiani and Mandy Moore enlist the help of a spell to travel back in time so that they can prevent the death of their daughter. And then consequences begin to happen, which seems so much
That's
different than the
absurd.
Insidious movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little different, but I like the cast and the writer or the director of the movie his name's Jeremy Slater. He did the Moon Knight series, which has some good directing in it, but I'm just interested
Nice
to see
series.
how
Oh,
this is gonna. It's
is that the Marvel one?
yeah, it's Oscar Isaac's
So wait, what is
Marvel project.
Insidious? Is Insidious is like a possessed child?
A little bit. It's about there's like this like ghost realm that people go into when they're like asleep and stuff. And then like they all figure out that they can go into it's like astral projecting, and then people getting stuck in the astral projection with like all
Mm.
these like evil spirits that are trying to like take their body while they're doing it. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's sort of like that. And like the longer you're in this realm,
Even with that, that sounds super absurd.
it is absurd, but it's like a new take on I think horror films and like possession and stuff of like actually fighting for your body during a possession or something. And they kind of explain it in a cool way, I thought, in the first one anyway. I don't really remember the second and third one, but the first one is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. um
Mm.
but I don't watch a lot of scary movies. So there's this one, yeah, Thread, an Insidious Tale. Have you ever seen
That's
or
not
heard of a
true. We
movie
watched
called
Dead Silence with each other.
we didn't really, we had it on, we just talked,
I'm
but I don't even remember
gonna
that
say
movie that much. But have you ever seen a movie called Godsend with I think it has Robert De Niro? It's from
Godsend.
2004.
No.
It's a terrifying movie. It's also one of the scarier movies I've seen. It has Greg
With Robert
Kinnear,
De Niro?
Robert De Niro, Greg Kinnear, and Rebecca Romaine, who's the main girl.
No.
It's about a couple whose child dies, and the couple agrees to have their deceased son cloned under the supervision of Robert De Niro's character. But then, as the son starts to age past the age of the original son's death, he starts to go like crazy, and his whole personality changes, and they like have to deal with their son going insane, even though they know it's a clone. It's a really
Hmm.
dark movie, and it's quite scary. Actually, I remember seeing that movie. It
That
reminds me
sounds
of
like
that.
a hide and seek.
I never saw Hide and Seek, but I heard about it,
It's
and that's
like the
also Robert De
opposite.
Niro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah. But that's what this new one sounds like. It's like they're saving the kid from dying, and then the repercussions happen and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah. We're almost through. We got another project.
No.
We got another project. I mentioned Frankie Muniz to you. What do you think of when I say Frankie Muniz?
Wait, hold on. Let's take a moment. Oh, all right. Okay. Say again.
What do you think of when I say Frankie Muniz?
Big Fat Liar,
Mm,
Agent Cody Banks,
yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle,
Hmm. Some classics, right?
Dancing with the Stars.
I think of Dancing with the Stars too. That's when like, but that's because that's when like everyone found out that he had like a brain damage, and he had
Yeah.
trouble with memory. But
Because
apparently it got taken out of context, and it's not as severe as everyone thought.
no. It's not as spirited as we saw. But also he did a Disney Channel movie called Miracle 2 Lane.
Oh yeah,
where he
Yeah.
did the racing thing where everybody was like, "Oh, that's where he lost his mind," but that's not where he lost his
Yeah,
mind.
and now he's a race car driver too. So
Yeah.
foreshadowing? Who knows?
Yeah, that
But
was very early in his career too. Also, my dog Skip.
he did My Dog Skip. Didn't he voice a horse or like a zebra?
Racing
Is that
Stripes.
Frankie Muniz?
Yeah,
I
that
think for a
was.
long time I thought that was Shia LaBeouf, and you corrected me. I was like, oh, like my whole memory of that
Uh,
is different then. But
I loved Frankie Muniz. The Big Fat Liar. I was like obsessed with him. I was
oh
like, I
yeah,
want to be that kid.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Angie
yeah.
Cody Banks.
Everyone wanted to, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's coming back to acting, Justin. He's
Is he
finally back.
actually? Is
He's
he
back.
actually Elijah? Or are you
He's
just gonna say this to me? He's not going to.
no, I just lied actually. But this movie, it sounds like it's probably going to be mediocre. I don't know any other people involved, even with the names right in front of me. This movie is called Renner, and it stars Frankie Muniz, who plays a character named Renner. Um,
Good name.
this is how this story goes. Renner follows a computer genius, played by Muniz, as he looks to court his neighbor Jamie with the help of an AI he develops named Salinas, only to realize a bit too late that he accidentally programmed his manipulative mother into it.
Hmm.
So he's going to, I don't know what this means. He's going to date an AI that has his mother's algorithm in it. Saying that out loud now sounds a little bit weird, and I don't know. I still don't know how good this. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this movie.
Yeah, that
And
sounds pretty awful.
I
That sounds pretty
wonder
terrible.
what got him to be like, all right, yeah, let's do another movie. I don't know
You know
any of
what?
the
I rather him do Agent Cody Banks 3.
and bring back Hillary Duff as well. Why
Oof.
not? She still looks good. She's still okay. Get it. She's not good in How I Met Your Father. That's
Oh
surprised that's
God,
still
we don't
going.
talk about that.
So yeah, Frankie Muniz is back in some way or another. um,
Some way or another.
I think this last topic is just going to make you a little bit upset too.
No.
Freaky Friday 2. What do you think about that? Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan.
I'm curious. I love Jamie Lee
Disney
Curtis.
has officially announced them as coming back. I think Jamie Lee Curtis could do it well, but where's Lindsay Lohan been? And do we really want to rely
That's
on her
what
to come back?
that is the question.
But yeah, it's been 20 years since the original Disney's Freaky Friday. Do you think this is necessary to be a sequel?
Is it actually gonna be a thing?
Yeah, Disney announced it with Jamie Lee and Lindsay coming back.
It's gonna be like a Disney Plus thing.
Probably. I don't think you can market Lindsay Lohan in movie theaters anymore.
No, not
Jamie Lee
really.
Curtis, totally, because she was in Everything
Yeah.
Everywhere All at Once and is an Oscar winner now. But I don't see them going.
She
Actually, they
did win
probably
the
will.
Oscar for
They
that.
probably are going to go Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis in the promotion for Freaky Friday
How
2.
can they do like is are there any story beats or is it just
Nope, not yet. It was just announced. They have who is Elise Hollander is writing the script. I wonder if she did the original. Let's find out. Um, but no, there's nothing official like that. Writer. Nope, they didn't do anything special. What? Okay.
that's bullshit?
All right. So yeah, I guess you can do a lot of stuff, I guess, with Lindsay Lohan being an adult and Jamie Lee Curtis being a grandma's age now. So
Yeah, I know it's
maybe
probably gonna do like that thing. It's gonna be like, oh no,
or
I'm
maybe
an
Lindsay
adult.
Lohan has like a preteen daughter and all three of them switch places.
No. I feel like it's gonna be this. This is my pitch for a Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay
Freaky Friday
Lohan.
2.
Yeah.
Please, Disney, hire
This
us.
this is what it is. This is what it is. So now Lindsay Lohan is doing
Coming out of
exactly.
rehab. Just goes a whole different direction.
No. Elijah, we're not gonna be cynical about this. This is we're talking about. No. This is how it's gonna be. So you know how the original Freaky Friday, like Lindsay Lohan is like jamming out and she like hits the breakers. It's gonna be the same exact thing. Where Lindsay Lohan's gonna be like, oh my god, my kid's being so annoying. hit the breakers, and then Jamie Lee Curtis gonna be the grandma. It's gonna be like, eh. And then she's gonna be like, nah. And then they're gonna switch places.
Oh, so it's just gonna be the same movie?
It's gonna be the same movie, but it's gonna be it's gonna be the same movie, but this is how Disney does it. This is how every remake does it. It's gonna be the same movie, but it's gonna be a little bit different.
It's gonna be the same movie, but then they're gonna have a third character that does the meta commentary the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be a little brother, a little daughter. That's
I think
it's
it's
most likely most likely gonna be a
little dogger.
little daughter. Guys, Jesus Christ. Okay, listen. I'm gonna be completely honest. Elijah and I have been doing this for a while.
Yeah, we've been doing this for like almost 3.5 hours.
Not just 3.5 hours. It's been several hours.
It's been a while.
But, hey, Elijah, we're killing it. I'm not, but you are.
We're holding it together. Yeah,
I don't know how much this episode is gonna be salvageable.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Is I think they're just going to switch places again, and the daughter or son, the child of Lindsay Lohan is just going to be a meta commentary and be like, "You guys are so weird. Why are you guys acting so weird?"
I think it's gonna be the same exact thing, but it's just gonna be instead of mother daughter, it's gonna be mother granddaughter.
So yeah, this was hot news a while ago, but I wanted to know your opinion of it. I kind of knew what your opinion would be on it because it's a sequel that was not necessary. If you're gonna make a Freaky Friday movie, if you're gonna make a Freaky Friday movie, just do what they did with like Freaky and Vince Vaughn and put a different spin on it. But you don't need to make a sequel if you're not gonna.
Well, no, I think the smart thing
it could work.
Because no, like it's like, do you know how like when you like because we're getting older, Elijah?
What? Speak for yourself.
Yeah, no, we're getting older. So you know how like when like one of our friends that have kids, they're trying to raise their kids, and there's always the mom that's like, "Oh, this is how I raised you."
Yeah.
Swap it.
Oh, Freaky Friday 2, Freaky Saturday.
Yeah. No, that's a Freaky Sunday, baby.
Freaky Sunday. That's a totally different movie.
Freaky Sunday. That's what I'm writing right now.
Freaky Sunday.
Freaky Sunday.
Well, that's all the movie news I have for you, Justin. We did it. Episode 67, take 2. Is in the books.
Take 2. No, this isn't take 2. This is take 1. I want you to delete all of this, and we'll do a new one tomorrow.
Let's just stop recording podcasts and just talk for hours. But yeah, which one are you most excited for? Project Hail Mary, The Surfer, the Insidious movie, the Frankie Muniz movie, or Freaky Friday 2?
I'm gonna say Freaky Friday 2 only because
I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
No. I'm gonna say Freaky Friday 2 because I feel like I have the greatest idea for that.
We're gonna make it first before they do. Yeah. So that's our episode. That's this week of History of Popcorn. We hope you go away learning a little bit about the industry.
A little bit today.
Let us know what you guys are watching. Let us know what we should be watching.
Let us know what we should be watching.
Follow us on social media. Subscribe on YouTube.
Social media.
And follow us individually. Find out when Justin's doing his stand-up shows. He's been killing it if you're in the Oregon area. And I don't know. That's it. That's our episode. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Maybe not next week, but the next episode, because we're gonna do a better one.
We're gonna do a better one.
This was solid. There's more to come. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We do.
Thank you guys for sticking to it. We'll see you guys
Adios
later.
Bye.
Bye.